Now this is line. This is the one that I have it actually. Now, if you see this guys actually in the transform data, if I see this is a column one, this is a column, this is a row one, row two, and row three. And in the row three, I have like the column names actually, the order ID, and this way the order ID. And this is column three, it is mentioning it. And then next is an order date, sales, revenue. So these are my column names actually, the stock, price, promo type, and promotions bin number one, promo type two, promotion bin number two, discount, how much I'm offering. So these are all my column names actually. But when I just look into these things and all, when I just look into the data, I've seen like a direct the column names and some values and all. So this kind of a data is not good actually. So what you have to do here is like, you have to go for a simple operation. That first that you just need to understand this, you have to remove the columns. So what are the unnecessary columns that I need to remove is like, remove the columns, and then it has been removed these particular columns actually. So this is a one way that you can select the columns and you can able to remove it. Or else the other way is like, I don't want to remove the columns. I would like to remove the rows over here actually. So remove the rows, remove the rows, remove the top rows, remove the top rows. When I just click on this, remove the top rows. And this is where the number of rows it will ask you. So this is one and two rows that I need to remove it. The top two rows that I would like to remove. So just give okay. So now what happened? The top two rows, it's removed it. And now I got this particular things. Now, still the column names, the order ID or the order date or the sales. These are the ones that I would like to use this as a column names, right? So in that particular cases, actually what you can do, okay, you can just use, there is an option called as an use first row as a headers. So click on this one. And now you can see this order ID is becomes over there, order date becoming a column number, and then the sales becoming here, and the revenue becoming here, and the stock is over here. So you can able to see all the options over there. So you can able to see all the options here. You can see all the options here. But now order ID, I can say it's all like a 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if I can see this particular thing, the data format, if I see this one, the data format is something that's a different one actually. If I just click on the data types actually, if I just go for this particular thing, detect the data type actually, it was identified it as a text format actually. But I don't want to be in the text format because this is an ID. To ID, if I want to make it, I should have only the numerical values. It should not have any kind, something like any not available. It should not be like that. So for that particular thing, I just need to go for this. Now, if you see this guys, actually, the first record, if I see everywhere, whatever I go, it is all like a null records that I'm getting it. Okay. Now, as it is the first thing, actually, as you already know the option, you're just going for the home, remove the rows, remove the top rows, top one row that you are removing it. I'm just giving okay. So that's where that you have cleaned up the very first thing. Okay, fine. Second thing, actually, if you see this one, it's a sales. Column name is the sales here. And here you can see 0 sales, 5 sales. It's a quantity actually. Sales is not like, it's a quantity that how many number of units that I have sold. So that information that I need to represent. But if you see over here, I would like to see all the sales everywhere. So I would like to eliminate all the sales in this particular things and all. So for that, actually, I can select this particular column and I can click on this thing called as an replace values. So if I click on this replace values, now values to find is something like a sales, and replace with nothing, replace with nothing. So just give okay. Now you see this, all the sales, it has been removed it. For this particular column, whatever the sales it is there, now it has been removed it. but still I can't go it as like an integer as a type, because still not available it is there actually. So still it is like a not available it is there. Okay, now if you want something like wherever the not available is there, I would like to record that as a null values too as well. So you can go that, choose this column, put control A, so that all the columns that has been selected. Now click on the replace values. So values to find is something like NA. So that particular things that you just make it as a null values. Now you see wherever you see that previously NA and all, so those particular things now it has been replaced with a null. The complete discount promo code is also, it's null. It's not a discount is not available, so it's like it's becoming a null actually. So as a complete thing, so I just wanted to know there are like an 18,000 records over here, right? So is there any one record having a value and the others may having a null things and all? So in that particular cases, the promo code, I can select this one. I can click on this particular option, and then I can say it's only the null and blank values that I have it. So these are the things that I have it. So that's fine. Now you just do Control D. Okay, you just select this Control A, and you would like to click here. Okay, fine. And now this is the columns that you have seen this. Now what I would like to do, I would like to go for an each and every column to analyze this particular behaviors of it. So let's go for this and remove this particular null and as well as the blank for this one. Okay, so as a column 3, I don't want it. So I can just simply right click on this and remove this particular column so that the column will remove it. And now this is a date. So I would like to select this as a date. So now automatically it has been changed here. So the moment when you change the date, actually here you can see that for this, it's like a green color. So the quality, it is good, 100% valid, 0 errors and 0 empty. But when you see this one, 505, 50% errors and all. So what was that errors actually that you would like to see this? So when I was just coming up this particular things and all, so there is a null value. So that particular thing that you cannot able to convert that into your date values and all. That's the reason you can see that. Now I can remove the null over there and just give OK. Now you see that the date value that you can able to fix it up here too as well. Okay, so now again, the sales values that you are going at. So the sales values that I don't want it to be like any blank values, I don't want it to be. But when you see that there is a sales happened at 5.27 units. So that's why I would like to give this as a decimal number. I'd like to give that as a decimal number. Now this is a revenue that have been selected. Now this is also 0.56 everything. So just give it as a decimal number. And now this is the stocks actually. The stock is like how the number you can see this. If there is something like a 0 also it is there. 0 stock is also there. But you can see that 25.56 also stock it was there. Okay. So now you can just go and convert that as a decimal number. Okay. So like this, you can just go on. So this is also a decimal number. This is like a string actually, because it is having a numerical and as well as a alphabetical. So that's why I will consider that as a text format only. Just like a text format too as well. So if I just select this particular things, now you can just go and you can just able to select this one. So what exactly it is, like a moderate, very low. So all these things that we have it. So you have to be careful in adjusting those things and all. So the important things that you have fixed up here is like how to choose the headers. I mean, the columns are somewhere else over here that I just brought it to the front and then collected the columns. And then I could able to replace the null values or the empty values. And if the column is also having some an extra string, that I can able to replace that particular strings to as well actually. Okay, this a kind of a work that you can able to do it using a transform data. this is where like handling of an inconsistency in the data. Now the inconsistency data that you could able to bring it up clearly, and then you are able to perform the complete job over there. Okay, so if you see something is mistake over there, don't worry. I have filtered the rows, right? So you can eliminate only that particular step. Yeah, delete it. So only that particular step it can able to remove. Now I would like to remove the top rows or something like that. If you feel that it's wrong, so do that. Okay, so this is how actually you can able to come back and then you can able to do whatever the things that you wanted.
Sai, can we do any of these things in while loading the data?
Yes. See, majority of the cases, this work will be done by the backend people itself. The backend, in a sense, the data engineers will do and give it to you. But in
Okay.
case that if you would like to recheck it again, that is all.